Hi folks, welcome to a special Christmas bonus edition of Greg's Workshop. I'm Greg, and today we're going to turn this project panel from Home Depot into a present for my son.
For today's project, we'll be building a toy car garage for my 3-year-old son, Jack. He really likes his cars, and really likes having places to park them. Here's the completed project.
So we're going to start out probably not where you would expect. We're going to actually cut the garage doors first. I'm doing that because the panel is nice and big. I can clamp it. Once I get that piece cut out, it's going to be kind of hard to cut those doors. So I've already made the marks down here. It's going to be the center of the board. I'm working on the back side because I don't want to mess up the front side with the marks or with the tooling. These garage doors are going to be 4 inches tall, 4 inches wide. So I've already drilled our pilot hole. I'm going to be using my new Milwaukee M18 barrel handle jigsaw. I kind of went on a buying spree lately. This is the first project for this saw. Well, let's see how it does. I've cut out the holes with the jigsaw. I cut just inside the line. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can see the line right around there. We're going to finish it up with a router bit. I built this jig nice and square. It's nailed as well as hot glued. So the router will just run around in there and it'll cut that perfectly to the line. We have our garage doors cut. We're going to use that jig again. We're going to cut some little rabbets at the top of the doorway. That'll be for the doors. It's kind of a cool thing of how I'm going to attach the doors. You'll just have to wait and see.
This cordless router from Milwaukee is really fantastic for this kind of small detail work. I'm really glad I have it.
Here are both garage doors routed out. I've got that little rabbet at the top. That's for the hinge mechanism. I'm going to be using some bungee cord, something that I saw in one of Jack's other toys. I made a mistake. Those rabbets were supposed to be on the outside. This was supposed to be the back side, but I guess the dark side of the birch is going to be the outside of the garage now.
With the doorways cut, it's time to rip out the side panels for the garage. This is the first project for my new SawStop job site saw. I gotta say, this saw is fantastic.
The doors are cut. They fit pretty well. You're going to need to cut a rabbet right up here to fit in that spot right there. Kind of hard to see here, but we have our Rockler trim router table set up. I have a 1/2 inch bit in there. It's sticking up from the table 0.160 inches to account for that rabbet. That's as measured with the calipers. And it is sticking out from the fence 3/8 of an inch. We're going to run a test piece through. If that fits and works, we'll do the doors. The doors fit great. We'll work on the hinge assembly soon, but first we need to cut some rabbets on these end pieces for when we assemble the garage together.
Right here I'm cutting some rabbets along the top. This will allow for the roof to sit in and locate without being permanently attached. And last but not least, a round over bit for what will become the corners of the garage.
We have our bottom cut, have all our side pieces cut. We're going to do a dry fit just to make sure it all fits together before we work on the garage doors. For the garage doors, I'm actually copying this design off some toys that we buy for Jack. This is made by a company called Love Every. They're really great children's toys. If you have little kids from 6 months up to 3 or 4 years, really good stuff. So they've got this bungee cord. I don't know if you can make it see in the camera. Anyway, bungee cord is tied here, goes down through the back up through here. These little slots are cut here to allow clearance for it, and it just sits right down. Alright, I've cut the slots on the table saw. Next we need to drill holes through the frame for the bungee cords.
Here we're drilling out more holes for the bungee cords in the garage doors. This would be almost impossible without a drill press. Now we'll make the relief cut for the knots to sit in. Last, we'll drill those holes through to the relief cuts to let everything pass through freely.
I have some shock cord run through these two holes, it's looped in the back. Then we're going to put it through the top holes here, like so. And then on the back side, we're going to run the cord up through here, pull it tight, tie a knot that'll sit in that little hole right there. And here we have it. Tied off, stays up, goes down. Perfect. We have our basic garage built. Now let's start on the roof. I've drawn the gable ends. I'm going to freehand these on the table saw. You shouldn't do that. Don't do that, but I'm going to do it. I'm just not going to show it to you. Alright, 2 gable ends cut. There's my offcuts. We need to put some rabbets on the outside here so they fit into those rabbets on the ends that we already cut. Alright, got the gable ends cut. Got them fit properly. They fit right down in that rabbet. Let's get the roof panels on. I got my gable ends clamped in place, not necessarily to hold them there, but so that they stay straight to the walls. Got our roof panels cut. Let's get them installed. Alright, here's the completed garage. We've got 2 doors, toddler-sized finger holes to pull them open. They stay open just like they should, close right back up. We've got this roof, comes right off. He can get in there and play to his heart's content. I've given the whole thing a good sanding, eased over all the sharp edges. Now it's time to apply the finish. I'm going to use finish I got from a couple YouTube videos. Basically it's beeswax and mineral oil mixed together. I'm using a 4-to-1, 4 parts mineral oil to 1 part beeswax. I did a little test piece right here. I think it looks pretty good.
Here's our completed project. Ready to go for Christmas morning.
Folks, thanks for coming along today on this special Christmas edition of Greg's Workshop. If you like the video, click the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get notified of new videos every Saturday morning, plus the occasional Sunday bonus video. Leave a comment, I promise I'll respond. If you want to see how this goes over Christmas morning, follow me on Instagram, Greg's_workshop, links in the description below. I'll be posting some videos from Christmas morning to see how he likes it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week on Greg's Workshop.